Okay, welcome back everyone. Let's go ahead and get moving on to, I guess technically the last chapter, unless it's going to force the DLC one before it. Mary isn't here anymore. Should I rest for today? Yes. I decide to rest now. Because, I don't know if the DLC is included in this or not, so we'll see. It's been nearly a day since we found Mary. We're like a boat adrift in the ocean without a compass to guide us. Who knows where this current will take us? Will we find salvation in the end? Hey, Mr. Yoshiki. Looks like we wasted a whole day. Is it going to be like this every day? If you're done checking in here, why don't you take a look outside? Mary said unnecessary contact with outsiders could speed up the Mark's curse. And if I lose any more of my memories, I'm not sure I'll be able to function. For the past 10 days, the only other person I've spoken to is this convenience store clerk. It's been 10 days? I thought maybe it was a week or something between each investigation, but I guess not. That explains why we've only had TV dinners and snack food to eat. But sitting and waiting isn't going to accomplish anything. I'd rather not wind up forgetting my own name like you. Not that I completely believe that this curse thing is real. She raises her voice to hide how much it shakes. She's still stubbornly sticking to her denial of the existence of spirits and the Mark. But I know she's already accepted it. After all, she went through it herself last night. Ghosts and curses don't exist. Why'd this have to happen to me? See, here's the thing, her family had a map that led this person to making themselves into a weird chimera person. So if I'm being honest, I don't trust this bitch because I think her family is probably done weird human experiments and shit. So, yeah. Hiro is startled by the sudden knock. A visitor in the middle of the night. I don't need Mary to know it's a Mark bearer. Sorry to impose on you so late. A tall, thin man walks in. I trust this guy more than I trust Hiro. This guy's clearly a shady motherfucker, but it doesn't look like he's trying to hide being a shady motherfucker, so... His skin is white as a sheet, and dark circles nearly swallow his eyes. It's almost like a dead person stands before us. You're Yoshiki and Hiro, right? I heard about you and the Mark from Yosoka before I came here. Something about Miss Zu, too. Sounds like you had a rough night. He seems to know Yasuka. Maybe she's following through with her promise and sent him to help us. Well, let's get introductions done. I'm Shuji Daimon. I think you can guess my occupation. Wearing this thing means I don't have to explain, thank goodness. His gestures to the stethoscope around his neck. What kind of business brings a doctor like you here? Diamond's eyes flicker over at the suspicion in Hiro's tone. Wow. No need to be so defensive. I have the curse scar, same as you, the Mark. He unbuttons his shirt to reveal a familiar mark on the left side of his chest. It just suddenly appeared one day. Though to be honest, I never thought it happened to me. Maybe it's punishment for being stupidly curious about it. Curious? Do you know about the Mark before Yosoka told you about it? Yeah, that's right. There's mention of a strange scar in my grandpa's records as a military physician. I did some personal research. A military physician's records would mean they'd be from the Second World War. more than 50 years ago. But that doesn't add up. Rumors of the mark only started about a month ago now. If it was mentioned in those records, the rumors would be much older. There's reasons for that. Patients with the symptoms were kept in a secret army laboratory. After the war, all top-secret documents related to the lab were burned. See, again, this guy's just being straightforward with me. Like, he might be a shady motherfucker, but at least I know where he stands. Like, it's not like Hiru over there that's like, oh yeah, my grandpa runs a secret lab underneath the city and I ain't telling you shit. This guy's like, yeah, my grandpa fucking withheld people for whatever fucking reason. Except the clinical records I found. Secret lab, huh? It's kind of hard to believe. See, Hiru, maybe this is how you talk to people. You weird fuck. We didn't even have to save his life and he's being forward with us. Like, I like this dude. Dr. Daimon, you don't mean to say the mark was used as some sort of biological weapon? Every country had at least one or two soldiers who were divinely possessed. People only call on gods when they're in trouble. It was the end of the war, and they were backed into a corner. How unscientific. Don't you think so, Mr. Yoshiki? Whatever, I just choose not to agree with anything you fucking say. What? Are you serious? I can see why Yusoka gave you her stamp of approval. That way you consider... the way you consider every possibility is indeed admirable. The open-mindedness must allow you to face the supernatural. However, it's hard to picture the mark being used as a weapon. It seems the 13th Army Engineering Lab was developing something. It was called the Cannon Soldier. Cannon Soldier. That makes me think of the Bodhisattva cannon 50 years ago and the Buddha statues. Can't be. Dr. Daimon, where's the lab? Unfortunately, I have no idea, sorry. The documents my grandfather kept don't give any details about it. I see. Hey, Mr. Yoshiki, that 13th Army Engineering Lab? It's the shelter Zukawa went to. She pulls out her old map. I had wanted to keep it secret, but as I'd rather not die from this mark, I'll tell you. This shows the entrance to the 13th Army Engineering Lab. Whoa, are you serious? Cough, cough. In his excitement, he starts coughing. My apologies. Where did you get that, Hiru? My grandfather passed 6 months ago. We were sorting his belongings. Isn't the idea of a secret lab just fascinating? So I thought I'd look into it. So you're the one that fucked us all over. And then Miss Zukawa stole it. I accidentally let it slip to her. She loves strange experiments like that, so it probably stuck with her. I thought as much, though. Whatever turned her into a monster is down there in the secret lab. That's a pretty unscientific line of reasoning. Using the occult to turn yourself into a monster is utter nonsense. But if there's scientific method behind it, I'll have to consider it. Bitch, you saw it. I guess she didn't technically see it. I suppose that's just how she is. Was your grandfather involved with the lab in the same way, Hiru? Could have been. No, he was. Why else would he have the map, Hiru? Why would he know where the lab is, Hiru? Unless he was the fucking janitor. All I know is an engineer with the rank of captain. Why would he be an engineer in the 13th Engineer Squad, Hiru? Why would he be a high rank in the engineering squad in the 13th Engineering area, Hiru? Wait, hold on. You're both grandchildren of people involved in the engineering lab? See, our guy gets it. And now, both of you have the mark? Yes, that would be correct. That and our lab coats are probably all Hiro and I have in common. From what we understand, people with the mark appear in the secret lab 50 years ago. There might be something there that'll help us find the truth behind the curse. That's also the origin of the Cannon Soldier. A name that reminds me of a statue, the traces of Miss Zhu in the shelter. It might all be connected to the Buddha statues that were stolen from H Shrine. Dr. Daimon gave us a lot of info. Yeah, it's called being helpful, Hiru. Stupid bitch. We'll have to thank Yosoka for introducing us to him. The fates are indeed mysterious. Dr. Daimon, will you help us? Yes, of course. Just don't expect anything physical. Are you sick? You don't look so well. Yes, something like that. I don't practice what I preach. His dry laugh sounds like he's deflecting. He's abnormally thin for a man his age. It's possible that he's gravely ill. So, were you heading to the shelter? About that. We were stopping from going further by a locked door. Strange old man was there too. I doubt he'll cooperate with us, though. It'll be difficult to break in from there. Where did you enter the shelter? A manhole in K. Miyamichi North Road. I see. She opens the map and studies it. You're right, an entrance is there, but there seems to be one more. It's in the Maunu South Alley. Have you tried going there? No, not yet. Then let's go there. Hopefully we can get in. New info has been added to the Spirit Battles rumors of the Cannon Soldier. We'll take her for now. We reach Maunu South Alley. Like the North Road, it's silent and empty. The map doesn't specify the location of the entrance, just that it's here. We'll have to search for it. Even though this is a residential area, the streets are completely deserted. It's probably in the manhole like before. There's a manhole. Unlike Keimichi, this road only has one. I'm sure this is the place. The manhole lid has a place to grip it, just like the one in K. Miyamichi. This has to be it. Still, this is strange. Why doesn't the public have any idea about the underground shelter? You'd think the sewer department would at least. How the hell should I know? It was probably hushed up so those involved didn't get in trouble. They supposedly performed some terrible experiments in there after all. Does she sound kind of excited? I bet the terrible experiments fascinate her. When I lift the lid, musty smell greets me. This smells familiar. Like the other entrance, the hole goes deep. Thankfully, there's a ladder here too. Alright, time to go down. Go ahead, Mr. Yoshiki. Hiro and I descend into the dark world hidden beneath H-City. What awaits us down in the darkness? Will we find the truth we're seeking? or a hell smeared with blood. The sight that greets us at the bottom of this is the same as what we saw in Kei Miyamichi. The looming concrete rolls and the suffocating stagnant air. We weren't wrong to assume that the two places were connected. So this is the engineering lab. It's even more drearier than I expected. Wait, do you hear a song? If it's not some kind of prank, then maybe the spirits of the soldiers are wandering around and singing. You have to have proof of that. It's entirely unscientific. Shut up about that crap. Sorry. Still, it's a little unsettling to hear an army song all the way down here. It's gotta be a supernatural phenomenon. It's a blood stain. I run my fingers over it and realize it's something stuck to the floor. I keep scratching at it until it starts to crease, and I manage to pull it up off the floor. Worn out talisman. Check behind us first. Something was there. There are pitch black stains. Is this blood? What? Impossible. This much blood would be. But doesn't that other thing bother you too? I'm not an idiot. Of course I'd notice. That's a spot without any stains. Looks like something was posted here. There's clearly defined clean space on the wall, as if something had been there. It looks like it avoided being sprayed with blood because something was originally posted here. A poster or bulletin, something like that? Well, it's illegible now. Seems to be old blood, cracks and breaks off in flakes when I run my finger over it. Thick iron door. Keyhole isn't rusted. I could open it if I had a key. Trail of blood leads to the ladder at the entrance. Someone trying to escape. There are pitch black stains. I open my eyes wide and stare at the white space. It must have been a poster. It only ends up drying out my eyes. Stains seem to be old blood. Cracks and breaks off flakes when my fingers go over it. Looks like an emergency light. The place is abandoned. Has a power generator been running for all these years? Oh, shit. Something flows swiftly down the pipes. When I step in view of an iron door that appears before me, the air clearly shifts. Goosebumps rise, a presence is approaching. There's an incessant beeping like the form of a telegraph. I shrug and keep moving forward. The beeping becomes gradually louder, almost as if it's trying to tell me something. Sequence just keeps repeating this code. What is the world does it mean? That was a good fucking safe guess. hear a quiet voice. Point to your soul. Fuck! Darkness tightens around my throat like a noose. Without oxygen, my brain instantly shuts down. The beeping suddenly stops. Hiro seems terrified. Hey, Hiro, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine, obviously. Huh? She's acting different than usual. Let's go. I think it's fine now. Understood. And staring at... Okay, so same thing as before. I'm not even going to waste time feeling it. The air in this room is musty. At first glance, I'd say it's part of a medical facility. This is an operating room. And this smell? Thought so. There it is. Shine the light over there for a second. Shine the flashlight as directed and find a corpse. Hiro crouches down and begins to study it. Usually Hiro would be terrified, but at least for now she's fine. So you're fine with stuff like that? What? We all have organs and bones inside us, don't we? Only an idiot would be scared of them. Hiro skillfully examines the body. When they're done, they stand up again. Be blunt, the corpse is old. Or to be blunt, the corpse is old. What really draws the eye is that the cervical vertebrae has been severed. But the cut isn't normal. It's like it's notched. The only thing I can think of is that it was cut with a non-surgical tool. I have no idea why anyone would do something that cruel, though. In any case, it's clear that the head was purposely severed. The head was severed with a tool, though. The corpse is too old to tell everything. There should be a clue nearby. It'd be best to search the room. Yeah, good idea. New info's been added. Was not expecting the fucking chainsaw. Cabinet with a glass door. I opened it and searched around. I found bells attached to a handle and a notebook with a black cover. It's titled Disposal Vat Management Records. Flip the cover over. Dispose 200, super dimension, suddenly iron door, half spiritualized. Hypothesize focus mystical forces, need sacred object to ease. Safety valve release, code diamond. There's nothing else written. Got Kagura Suzu bells, disposal vat management records. What in the world are those notes going on about? Disposal, half spiritualized. I don't understand half of the words. Plus, those bells I found don't fit in this place at all. I closed the notebook and put it in my bag. Just then, something tangles around my hand. Huh? It's a thin thread. It seems to be human hair. It glitters pale gold in the light. What? Mark starts sucking at my blood. I ignore it and instead stare at the shining hair. as it's being pulled in. It's odd, but I get a real feeling that this moment, no, it's here, this place. I've been here before. Grows more vivid. A few hours left. Damn, this is moving quick. Mumble, mumble, mumble. Someone mumbles right next to me. Wait, that's not someone else. That's my own voice. As I thought, it's here. The words pour out from deep inside. I have absolutely no knowledge or control over them. Memories that aren't mine. Words and feelings I couldn't possibly know are falling from my lips. Check the disposal vat. It must be behind the wall. Felt weird when standing in front of that wall. Huh? Wait. Mr. Kazuo, what are you talking about? The instant Hiro speaks, the voice stops. It's nothing. I just remembered something important. Sure you're okay? You were mumbling some strange things. I'm fine. Really just spaced out a little bit. For better or for worse, Hiro didn't clearly hear what I was saying. Still though, that voice. Could it be that my old self, the one I lost along with my memories, was talking to me? The feeling I got when I saw the golden hair. Maybe that's what triggered it. I haven't heard that other guiding voice for a while now. I guess all I can do is rely on my old self. The disposal vat beyond the wall. The voice said to find that. New info was added to the spirit file in Lab 1. Metal cabinets. Search the ones that are open. Find a notebook titled Research Records and an army short sword. The letters in the notebook have faded, but I can still read it. The experiment miraculously succeeded the divine protection. The Ura statue ornated from a shrine created by line statue makers using chisel donated by same family Severhead. Tool together become the key. Finally, our dearest wish. There's nothing else written. Got research records, projectile, short sword. A chisel, like for sculpting? Yeah, most likely. Impossible. How could they do something like that? That's just impossible. Dude have his head chopped off with a chisel? Or that short sword? I open the wire mesh door and peek inside, but I don't see anything. I go to close the door and see a paper stuck to the backside. Worn out talisman. Looks like it's been a number of years since the person died. The dried skin gives the appearance of a mummy. The cut by the neck is jagged. It must have been cut with some kind of tool. Oh, fuck. There's so many things. The dry blood has blackened on the floor. There's quite a lot. Whoever left it probably died. Oh, there's the door. That's clearly like a door outline right there. But nothing I can interact with right now. We go north at the intersection and an outline of doors flickering faintly in the wall ahead of us. Hey, look at that. What? What? Impossible. Is it another ghost thing? You can't see it? See what? Looks like Hiro can't see the door. Mumble, mumble. That's the spiritual. My mouth begins mumbling words that I don't recognize at all. Oppose the spiritual with spiritual. If you touch it with the tool that honors the gods. The flow of words out my mouth stop. Touch it with a tool that honors the gods. The info has been added to the spirit valve. I'm pretty sure I need a chisel, but let's test it. Okay, I can't. Oh, here we go. Tool. Take out the bell. Just touching it is okay. No. Have to. Mumble, mumble. Strange words fill up my lips again. It's the priestess tool. If a man displays spiritual power, it will be destroyed, so touch it silently. All I have is questions, but I have no choice but to trust the other me. I touch the bells to the door carefully, making sure not to make any noise. Oh, okay, I guess that was the right choice. The next instant, the door physically appears. What? What just happened? What did you do? Just felt like it was the right thing to do. But I stare at the door. I sense an alarming presence. According to my own voice, if I can call it that, the disposal vat is beyond this store. Found some documents about it in the room with the operating table. Might be a good idea to look through those. Let's be careful. The place is giving me a bad feeling. Found documents and the Kazura Suzu bell in the cabinet. The files say something odd. Spiritualize the door. Release with sacred object. The Kagura Suzu bell is probably considered one. We also learn the safety valve release password is diamond. I'm bothered by a thin blonde hair found between the pages. The moment I wonder if a foreigner was here. I heard a voice saying, check the disposal vat. What the? It's not the usual whisper in my ear. It's not my own voice. I have no control over my mouth as it moves on its own. Are the fragments of my memory causing this? It keeps going. It's probably behind the wall. So weird. Okay. So before we go through there, I want to check some of the other stuff. Set up the same way as the operating room. The place may have been used for the same experiment. There might be records left behind. Let's look. It looks like it's been a number of years since the person died. The dried skin gives the appearance of a mummy. The cut by the neck is jagged. It must have been cut with the same kind of tool. Nothing's inside the metal cabinet. I open it and search inside. Find a notebook titled Research Records and a small gun. The notes have deteriorated, but I can just make out what they say. 70th, next experiment, Asura statue, con male body and female head, success. Then, okay, I know that word has to mean supernatural. So then, supernatural phenomena, spirit frequent, hard continue experiments. That's all it says. Got research records and palm pistol. Notes on the experiment, huh? You'd best give it a read. There's a passage beyond the entrance that looks dead end. The iron flickers. The research lab looks more like an operating room. It states it suggests a human experiment took place here. Rather like to leave this place, but we need to thoroughly check any documents or tools left behind. Hatred clogs the air here, making it more dangerous than any of the other places we've been. We could be attacked at any time. We must be prepared. In Lab 1, we find documents, and the Kagura sees it. Okay. So nothing for Lab 2, apparently. When I open the door, a cloud of dust flies up and blocks my vision. A notebook with a black cover is left inside. Got experimental unit correspondence code. Experimental unit correspondence code. Seems to be a document about cryptograms. Inside it says, Canon, weapon code, ... dash ... dash. Okay, so I need to remember that, so 3122. I'll just remember it like that. 3122. Heavenly Buddha Project, codenamed 1.12121. Okay, I ain't gonna remember that. Soul, human head used as material. -1 ... ... Oh, this would have given me the answer. So, yeah, that would have told me soul and head. It looks like Wabun code. It's similar to Morris. So canon code is 3122. Heavenly Buddha Project. Okay. Seems to be locked. Thick iron door. Keyhole isn't rusted. It could open it if I had a key. Okay. Let's double check that one room real quick. I push open the iron door and head inside. Well, there's our Buddha statue heads. What is this place? On the other side of the door is a large empty area reminiscent of a vault. Is this the disposal vat? It should be, but it's not quite what I expected. Oh, something on the ground. A katana? Got rusted army sword. I take what Hiro picked up. Shine the flashlight around the area. These are the heads of the Buddha statues. Doesn't seem like they're being stored. Is this some kind of garbage dump? Just then. Huh? Sound echoes off something heavy moving, and suddenly the room is lit with a pale light. What was that noise? Let's get out of here for now. Try to open the door and get out, but... What? It's locked. What? We've been locked in. Cutting coldness invades and envelops my feet. My head snaps up, and I see water pouring into the room, a giant waterfall. Water. It's ice cold. A polar bear's swim is not something I ever wanted to do. I quickly raise to my knees. I can't even feel my feet anymore. Water underground? Hurry up and open the door. We'll get hypothermia. I have to remember. What's written on the documents about the disposal vat? All I see near me are Buddha heads. I touch the diamond aret head. There's a heavy shudder in the sound of movement. Then the pooling water suddenly starts sweeping into the direction down into the drain. Whoa. Ah. Oh, we'd have been fucked if I didn't find that journal. When I open my eyes, all I see is darkness. I quickly lift my head and rub my eyes. My vision slowly comes back. This is an intersection in the underground shelter. Looks like we were drained out with the water and flushed down a pipe. We were lucky. I very nearly breathe a sigh of relief, but then I remember Hiru. That's right, where's Hiru? No need to be so worried. Hahaha, so it's you. It's been a while, you sneaky intruder. It's that old man I met in the passageway beneath Manhole Street. I try to ask him about Hiru, but... my jaw is nearly locked and my voice is gone. Don't try to talk just yet. The water here comes straight from the mountain range, so it's deadly cold. You were submerged in it for near an hour, so you'll be slurring your words for a while. Relax, relax. Your friend is fine. So you, got somewhere to go back to? I nod as I groan. The old man's face brightens like the sun. Well, that's great. Not that I'm demanding a reward for saving you or anything, but I'm pretty darn hungry. The man eyes me, his smile sharp. We get in the car, and even though it's the wrong season for it, I turn the heat on full blast. We dry off with towels and the like, but it doesn't stop our shivering from last time. Well, this is going on, the old man. Phew, it's hot. Can I open a window? He blatantly fanning himself in front of us. Okay, yes. In a way, we owe him our lives, but even so, he's being a pain. Hang in there a little bit longer. Hero shudders. We're about to freeze, you know. It was an honest question, and it probably sucks for him, but we still keep the car like a sauna. After driving like that for a while, our teeth finally stopped chattering. The man's name is Banshee Idao. That's how he introduced himself, but that obviously isn't his real name. As he sits next to me, Banshee gives off a savory smell, like freshly baked bread. It kind of cheers me up. Or, at least it does for a few moments until I realize it's a stench of dried filth. I was about to say, when it says it smells like fresh bread, does he mean like it smells like fresh bread, or does he just smell like yeast? So Banshee, what were you doing in a place like that? Banshee remains silent. Are you listening to me? Don't feel up to talking yet? I'll tell you in exchange for food. Shouldn't be surprised, life's rough. Wait, that should be my question. What are you two doing down there? It's a long story. I summarize everything we know, in spirits and the mark, until I catch up to him when we met him in the underground shelter. So that's how it is. He nods vigorously to himself. Do you really understand any of that? Hiru doubts are reasonable, but Banshee waves his hand dismissively. Of course I do. What do you think I am? A terrible grudge is mucking up that underground shelter, and you guys are wrapped up in it now. His story suddenly sounds fishy. A grudge? Banshee, do you know what happened down there? I said I'm not telling you about that yet. I was born into a noble family, so I've always had the ability to see things others can't. I stake my name, Banshee Ito, on it, so you can trust me. There's a terrible grudge swirling there, and you've gotten swept up in it. He's got nothing to base his claims on, but I get the feeling he's on the right track. In that case, our noble Lord Banshee would tell us. How do we overcome the whirlpool? Banshee replies with a magnanimous flourish. That should be obvious. Whirlpools always have a center. You gotta find that. The center? That swirling grudge and the spirit thing is what you called it. The birth of the spirit, the heart of the curse. Something like that should be left within in their swirling grudge. If you look for that, I'm sure then. He trails off. He gazes at the dark road, his mouth hanging open. It's like he's run out of batteries. Then what? What will happen? The black sky simply goes on forever before Banshee's eyes. Oh, that reminds me, Yoshiki. Banshee calls out as soon as we enter the garage. Take this. It's just a little symbol of our friendship. Got an underground shelter key. Is this a key for the underground shelter? Mm-hmm. I found it when I was popping in and out of that place. I held on to it. But I'll lend it to you for now, Yoshiki. He just picked it up. Why is he acting like it's a favor? But I have no reason to refuse him. Thanks, I'll borrow it. Diamond walks up to us. Hey, you came back safely. Were you able to learn anything? Hiro butts in before I can speak. Wait just a minute. Don't tell me. You aren't going to believe that old man's story, are you? He's fishy. Wow, that's rude. If you want my opinion, a snotty punk like you should be trusted even less. Yeah, I agree with Banshee. Of course, Yoshiki. You believe me, right? Haha, that's my good pal, Yoshiki for you. Hey now, you feeling okay in the head? Anyways, changing the subject. Good grief, can you just move on from talking about this? Banshee, you're hungry, right? The dining room should have something. Ooh, food. Banshee bolts out of the garage and vanishes into the mansion. Daimon gives me an exasperated look. Shiki, it seems you've got another troublemaker on your hands. To appease the starving Banshee, I offer him a cup of noodles and sweet buns. The epitome of hunger, he greedily begins scarfing it down like a starving dog. That was enough for 10 people. He devours it all, and I'm reminded of a high-power vacuum cleaner. Excellent. I haven't been this full in forever. Good for you. Now answer our questions. What were you doing down there? Well, that's an easy one. Because it's my house. What? Been living there ever since I found it 10 years ago. It's not too shabby a place. Keeps me out of the rain and no damn brats messing with me. Though it gets might cold in winter. I don't know how to respond to that. Hiro and Daimon seem to be the same. It was a paradise for me because no one knows about it. until a weirdo showed up 6 months ago. Some woman doused in perfume. It was winter, and I don't like stirring up trouble, so I just stayed away. That must have been Zukawa. I nod. That's my thoughts as well. That was a month ago. I figured she must have up and left, so I went back. But now there's something stranger. Which was... damn walking Buddha statue. I know I'm pretty out there, but even I was shocked by that. I even got this weird scar. Venture removes his scarf, revealing the mark on his neck. You may not believe this, but that statue gave you that scar. I figured. It was the Cannon Soldier after all. The Cannon Soldier? How do you know that name? Some document I saw had it. It was an old plan to make a Buddha statue move with supernatural powers. A heavenly Buddha project weapon. Are you nuts? Spirit powers making something move? That's insane. Now, Hiro, calm down. So those documents that you found, are they still around? Nope, I burnt them for warmth. I had a delicious roast potato, too. How could you... Maybe take your own advice, Dr. Daima. Our measure of common sense seems to be rather different than this strange old man's. It's fine. My noggin works different from most people's. I've got it all memorized. As you say, just tell us. We need to know about that project. The Heavenly Buddha Project was a pet project of some general at the end of the war, so they built that shelter for it. Ta-da, the 13th Army Engineering Lab. To make the Cannon Soldier thing, they did tests on Buddha statues. They were brought from some shrine or something somewhere. That must be H Shrine. They did a bunch of stuff to infuse the statues with spiritual power. There was a monk from T Mountain, spiritual treasures from all over, but nobody thought anything to actually come from it. The project was just an excuse to keep that fanatical general busy. At least it was supposed to be. But one day the statue started moving. It went berserk through the lab and went crazy on a ton of people. The bloodstains and old corpses in the shelter are probably the victims. Some people survived, but they had red, bite-like marks on them. The thing went and wrecked the place then. It stopped and never moved again. No one knows what even triggered it. That's about everything it said. Hiro and Daimon are as white as a sheet. I probably am too. It's a hard story to believe, but he has no reason to lie to us. I think he speaks the truth. What? Are you kidding me? Statues going around killing people and cursing them? Impossible. Then how do you explain the mark on his neck? Logic would dictate that the moving statue he saw was the Cannon Soldier. The dominant soldier suddenly starts moving after 50 years. Or the dormant soldier suddenly starts moving after 50 years. That might be the cause of mine and Hiro's marks. What if you flipped that, though? Both your grandpas got the mark from the Cannon Soldier. When the soldier stopped moving, their marks disappeared. But with it starting up again, you got them because you're their descendants. If that's true, then the children inherited their parents' fate. Hiro can't seem to muster up any kind of counter-argument. I think she's in shock. I want to ask you something, old man. You say the Cannon Soldier stopped moving 50 years ago. But why? I think it was Some spiritual person used a thingamajig to do something? So you have no idea. It's the most important part. Try to remember. I'm not that easy, son. The mark must have made me forget. Taking his age into account, it's more likely it just completely slipped his mind. Seems we must defeat the cannon soldier to be free of the mark. We'll have to figure it out on our own. If he can't, be more help. You seem a pro at this, Yoshiki. We'll be relying on you. I don't have spiritual powers or anything. But you've already faced down 4 different spirits, haven't you? A normal person wouldn't have survived. Now that he says it, I guess he's right. I have been hearing mysterious voices a few times, and have weird premonitions. I even caught myself unconsciously talking when we were down in the shelter. So, what are you folks gonna do now? Good question. Let's investigate the project in the shelter. I feel like that'll be the key to the mark. Guess we're going back in then. Hiru's still kinda sulking, but she's at least recovering from her shock. We'll have to share the same fate. It's too late to try and run away. Yep, you should find it there. The heart is everything that causes the curse. You need that to stop the cannon soldier. That's what my gut's telling me. What are you gonna do now? Or what are you gonna do then? I'm full now, so I'm gonna go take a nap and in that park nearby. I'll sit and wait until you fellas do something about the soldier. Wait just a minute, you old fart. Didn't you just say that it's too late to run away? Okay, I get it. Well, you folks did feed me, so I guess I can help you. New info has been added to the spirit file, the underground shelter, inhabitant, other. Okay, everyone. So we are at the halfway point in the story, so like before, I'm going to go ahead and call it here, and I will load up something from Itch. Be right back.